is Miguel, and I'm with Plant-Based Health and Complementary Alternative Medicine. I want to take this opportunity to talk to you about our new Plant-Based Health and Complementary Alternative Medicine Practitioner certification course, and how it had evolved into what it is right now, a very unique practice in today's healthcare maintenance. We began in about 1987 to look at essential oils, and that's how we began with aromatherapy. At that time, only a handful of people were working with essential oils in this country, and we began to look at it and document the therapeutic values, historical uses, and began to collect tremendous amount of anecdotal information. It was around 1990 that we began to look at the information that was being provided by the National Institute of Health and the EPA and the American Medical Association. And we began to learn about chemical exposure in health. Early on, we realized that, wow, we use an essential oil and we smell it. And it takes care of a headache. What chemicals can give you a headache? So we began to launch our interest in, once again, chemical exposure and health in the chemicals that we surround ourselves. As the years went by, there was a few things that, red flags that came up on the information. One of them is when Dr. Marcial Vega, an oncologist that have gone through the information that we have and have contributed a tremendous amount of his knowledge to this practice, and he's a pioneer in complementary alternative medicine. He asked a question. He asked me, Miguel, what is the best food for the body? And I quickly answered, plants. Plants is the best food for the body. And he goes, no. The air. The oxygen in the air feeds the cell. And then, all of a sudden you begin to think, wow, how do we know that air, what chemical is laced with? Since most of us live in an enclosed environment. And another study from the Red Cross tells us that newborns are being born with 287 chemicals from their mother's environment, most of them carcinogen. And then female baby's going to carry that in her eggs to her generation. So are we about to see genetic illnesses we haven't seen before? Yeah, chances are we will, if we continue not to pay attention to chemicals in the air, chemicals in our water and our beverage, chemicals in our food, and chemicals in the products and the medicine that we use. We call that the 4 areas of good or bad health. And that's the basis for our consultation and education, those 4 areas. We began to search for the chemicals that cause us inflammation and replace it with natural substance or anti-inflammatory. The reason why is because another study, when it was announced by the National Institute of Health that all illnesses are inflammation problem, from cancer to lupus, fibromyalgia, to anything you think of is an inflammation problem. So it made it easy for us to understand that what we have to do is exchange inflammation chemicals, inflammation foods, inflammation products, inflammation anything in our system with anti-inflammatory. And we were very successful to develop a product line that we use to replace chemicals that are in the list of the government's toxicology page, such as fluoride in your toothpaste, carcinogen, such as the 3 chemicals that people use on the lymph nodes every day, carcinogen. So the chemicals in most of the mouthwash, or just lately, trichosan, the chemical in all antibacterial gel and soap. Remember, we're absorbing this. We're talking about cumulative damage. So that's how this education and practice has evolved. Now, recently, there was another red flag when it was announced that the study up to 2012 revealed that 1 out of 2 men will have cancer in the United States, and 1 out of 3 women will have cancer. Well, anybody who have lived since 1950, and I'm one of them, will remember that the rate of cancer at that time was 1 in 35. You knew somebody that knew somebody that knew somebody that had cancer. Now you know somebody that had cancer. There's only one difference here. Oh, by the way, also, I didn't hear anybody, or you didn't hear anybody if you lived those years, that had Alzheimer's and Parkinson's, mostly because aluminum, which is now suspected of causing those illnesses, were not around during that time. Actually began to be into our environment during the 50s and 60s. Once again, we're talking cumulative damage. If we go back, we began to realize that 10 years ago, and this is 2015, this is August 2015. So we began to realize 10 years ago, you really did not hear of any dog with a tumor. Now you do. 5 years ago, you knew somebody that had a thyroid problem. Today, you know somebody that has a thyroid problem. And when we look at the EPA, it's telling us that we have hormone-mimicking chemicals in our environment. Even fluoride is connected with a dysfunction in the thyroid. And this is a science that we're looking at. This is just not me saying it. So we arm ourselves with that science, and we began to look at any chemicals that we see in the toxicology page of the government, and begin to connect it with products and begin to replace them. So when somebody comes to us for a consultation and say they have a headache, yes, we can mix something that will take care of the headache in seconds. And after their doctor have seen them and diagnosed them, because it's very important that they have a diagnosed illness before they come and see us, because the essential oils and herbs can take away a symptom that a doctor needs to see in order to have a proper diagnosis. So once it's diagnosed with a headache and we can take care of the headache, we haven't finished there. We're going to find out where that headache comes from. There's a reason. From new car smell, from indoor air. We have seen that when people open windows at home, all the windows, to include bedrooms, that their asthma and allergy goes away. Their snoring goes away. Their insomnia goes away. And you can ask yourself, did my family have the same illnesses when we went on vacation outside our home for a week? And when we came back, did everything come back again? And then you realize it's the air that you breathe. I mean, most of us are not even aware of the fine dust in our bedroom furniture. That is fiberglass insulation coming from the AC vent. It's a carcinogen. It's small enough to launch it in the smallest part of our lungs and connect it with cancer, emphysema, asthma, and so forth. So we bring awareness to the air that we breathe. The water and the drinks that we drink. Because once again, anything that has an ingredient list is chemicals. So any drinks with an ingredient list is chemicals, and it's inflammation. So we want to replace that. And then of course we bring awareness to the product and the medicine we use, because we're able to replace any product we use at home for cleansing. But we're also able to give an option to a synthetic medication. Once again, if you need a pill, you need a pill. But if you're able to find the best non-toxic approach to your health without the side effect of damaging any of your system, then great. Why not go for that? So that's the work that we do and the awareness that we bring. So once again, and it's actually divided, the education is divided in 4 parts. The first part is level 1, where is awareness of all chemicals and the reason why we want to replace them and connect it with all different figures and different connection with many illness. And then level 2, we get into the medicinal material. We get into the essential oils. That is the herbs in distillation we extract in the therapeutic properties. But we also realize that the flavor of the tea is the essential oil. So it's the properties of the essential oil. So if lavender essential oil is anti-inflammatory, then lavender flower tea is anti-inflammatory and recommended for somebody who has an inflammation problem. And so it's an easy thing to see if we activate common sense. But then we realize that if we take the herb and put it in alcohol, 100 proof alcohol, now we're extracting more properties from the herb, much more than distillation and in water, and that becomes a tincture in 2 or 3 weeks. And we use it by putting 10 to 20 drops in a cup of water. You wait 10 minutes, the alcohol is gone, but the properties of the herbs is there. And we're able to replace insomnia medications that the side effects are even death, which is a good thing. I mean, if you need a pill, you need a pill, but the risk is okay to reduce the risk in your healthcare and maintenance. And this is where this practice comes very handy, because we're looking once again at a science that is not looked at in a medical consultation. So that's what we do in level 2. We look at the properties of the essential oils, properties of the herbs, and we do blending. In every level, we do blending. In the first level, we do a blending lab in replacing all the products that we use personally and also for cleaning the house. In level 2, we began to blend and learn how to blend with the properties of the essential oils, all the products that we will like fragrances, we will be cleaning products, a little bit different than level 1, because now we're making synergies, things to take care of headaches, things to take care of pain, things to take care of inflammation. And that's what we do in level 2. Now, after that, then we have level 3. Level 3 is a product development class, because we realize with this education and with this practice, what we're doing is replacing products. And from inhalers to lip balm, to hair gels, to deodorants, we're replacing products. So level 3 is a product development class. It's a more advanced blending class that now we begin to see how we can develop our own products. So we can have our own product line, which is really nice, because some of the people that have gone through the course have really run with this one, and they now enjoy a very nice product line with a very nice presentation, and they're tapping into an increasing market of people that want non-toxic materials for their environment, for themselves. So that's level 3. And level 4, which is the final level, that's when we put everything together and we begin the practice. We begin to look at a questionnaire that we use in our consultation, which begin to bring information of the air that they breathe, the beverage that they drink, the products and medicine that they use, and the foods that they eat, but from the point of view of how you're feeding an illness and how you can starve an illness. So after level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, which right now is going to be beginning September, an online course that can be taken on your own time. It's very exciting because no matter where you're at, if you're outside Miami, which up to now this information has only been available to those around the Miami, Florida area, which is where we are. But if you're in another country, in another state, in another city, or even if you're in Miami and you don't have the time for the classes, we have the online course that is going to be available, like I mentioned, early September of 2015, this year, next month. And you're going to have 24 to 28 videos of blending labs. So we're going to be learning how to make from anything to everything. You're going to learn how to make products from a base, which we call a delivery method, and then the active ingredients, which is the essential oils, but you're also going to learn how to blend the herbs in many ways, in tincture forms. You're going to learn how to make your own flavor waters. Once again, bringing products and things that you drink and things that you smell without an ingredient list of chemicals. So we bring a lot of knowledge to someone who is ill or who just wants health, because we're looking at the other side. We're looking at a science that is coming from mainstream, but it's not being looked at in a medical consultation. So instead of maintaining an illness, we have seen it that you're able to reverse many things, even when you open windows. Let me give you an information on your indoor environment. If anything, at least you can take this with you and begin to practice in your home so you can see the difference. Realizing that, once again, the oxygen in the air in your home is feeding your cells. And we want clean cells. We want to detox. We want that clean cell. So that's why, because we're talking once again of cumulative damage. Incidentally, it is the air, chemicals in the air, chemicals in the water and the beverage, chemicals in the products and the meds, and chemicals in the foods that the four agencies of the government, National Institute of Health, the EPA, the American Medical Association, well, that's independent, and the National Institute of Health is gathered together to do a 12-year study on chemicals in those areas, because they believe is the cause of the rising cancer in the elderly. And they're going to find out that it's connected to many illnesses. That's what the science is saying. So what you want to do is, if you haven't, open all your windows for 30 minutes in your home. To include the bedrooms, all your windows. And with your windows open for 30 minutes, for 10 minutes of those 30 minutes, run your air conditioner. It's called gassing off your home. You're gassing off your home. Now what you want to do is, after 30 minutes, you close your windows and turn on your air conditioner. And you're going to inhale completely different air that you inhaled before. You're going to feel the difference. And when people have done this, many of them have found out they really have no asthma, they really have no allergy, they really have no coughing. They just have a reaction to their enclosed environment. Whatever you wake up in the morning is the air that you breathe. All that will be reversed by just doing what I just mentioned. Now at the same time, you want to be aware of the fine dust in your bedroom furniture. So you go to any hardware store and you get what's called AC vent filters. They're thin filters that you're able to place in the AC vents in each bedroom, and only in each bedroom. They're thin enough so the air is able to flow. But you or your loved ones won't be covered with fiberglass insulation, a well-known carcinogen, every night of your life. Remember, cumulative damage. Skin rashes, a skin problem, could be from that. Respiratory problem, could be from that. So that's an excellent way to do to clean your environment, and you want to do that once a month. Also, if you have a new car smell, ride around with your windows down, gas off that smell. All you have to do is go to the computer and Google what you're inhaling, and you get the idea. So be aware of chemical exposure and your health. So once again, the course is going to be available online. We're going to have support in having office hours on Tuesdays and Thursdays, 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. and longer hours because some of you are in different countries with different time hours. And so we're going to cater to that. We believe in support during the course and support after the course. This is a practice that has evolved side by side with today's health needs. And it's very unique. And the information is alarming because it's there. It's not going to go away. I don't expect the rate of cancer to go down from 1 in 2. Not if we inhale chemicals, eat chemicals, and use chemicals that are causing this. All we have to look at the illnesses of today and go back to 1950 and 1960, where none of those were around, that you didn't hear anything like that. And well, you can connect them with chemicals. So the practice is very effectual, and we have seen results. So it's a really neat thing to do. Who could use this information? Anyone who's practicing healthcare. We have had every level of the medical community attend the course, from medical doctors to nurse practitioner to nurses to massage therapists, chiropractors, acupuncturists, as well as regular people. It is open to all. So take advantage of it. Give us a call if you have any questions. Like I say, my name is Miguel. This is Plant-Based Health. You can call me direct at 786-597-3760, and you can visit us at a-cameducation.com. Sign up for our weekly email, and you're going to get information that you need to be aware of. This is not going away. It's accumulating in our environments, in our systems, and we need to be aware of it. There's a reason why we're getting sicker, and this is good to pay attention to. Once again, thanks again, and if you have any questions, this is a certification course. This is a practitioner course. You will learn the foods that starve an illness, and you will learn probiotics that we're able to make with herbs, and we're able to do our own fermentation. You'll be able to learn how to make the tinctures. You'll be able to learn how to make the products, but most important is the reason why. So try to be as chemically free as you can. Remember that black beans that you're eating in the can, it has an ingredient list. It's not black beans. It has chemicals. So begin to reduce. When it comes to food, begin to reduce any food you consume that has an ingredient label. Health is easy. What are you doing to kill yourself? That's the question I had to ask myself. And the answer is clear. So, hope to see you, hope to talk to you, and hope we work together. And any questions you have on the course, do get in touch with us. Until then, stay healthy, my friends. Thanks for your time.